In the Crossfire.
Hey, welcome back to another compelling episode of In the Crossfire. I am your host, Mr. X. Now today I'm going to play around with something that I have been doing for a long time. I've been thinking about freedom of speech in America with the First Amendment. Now, the interesting thing is that according to the Constitution, government cannot make a law restricting freedom of speech, meaning government cannot touch freedom of speech. Question is, what is freedom of speech? Now, I've been wrestling this for a long time because everyone's like, well, there should be no hate speech, no speech against people's religion, their sexual orientation, or anything like that. But the thing is, if they do make a law, that's unconstitutional, because freedom of speech means what it means, freedom of speech. It does not say a certain speech or speech if you're only this way or if you only think this way. So freedom of speech encompasses all sorts of stuff. This would include making fun of black people, making fun of white people, making fun of Mexicans, Chinese, Jewish, Muslims, Christians, Mormons, Latter-day Saints are the same as Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, homosexuals, heterosexuals, bisexuals, all of those, that is all encompassed with freedom of speech. Therefore, if you go to school, which I do, I go high school because I'm that young, but if you go to a high school or college and they say no, and you get in trouble because you're speaking against homosexuals, that is against the Constitution. They cannot make that. They cannot say that you cannot do that, because freedom of speech covers the entire thing. Does it mean you should? No, because the whole point is that you're there to learn, not to make people angry and try to kill you. If they allowed, people to say stuff like that, then they'd probably have people trying to kill each other, and that just wouldn't be good. So, one of the things is that, since I'm going to talk about now, is how freedom of speech is being restricted. One of the biggest of these is against homosexuals. I mean, if I go online and look around and I say homosexuality is wrong, I'll probably get 30 or 35 people saying, no, you're evil. You're just a homophobic person. But it is. The Bible has a lot to say about homosexuality being wrong. It's not a no-brainer. Evolutionists, how would a society survive if everyone was homosexual? Let's think about this. People, if you really think about this, they wouldn't, because what would happen? Well, no procreation, so no kitties. That means no future for anyone. That totally detriments the entire thing. Now, that makes sense. I've actually seen some homosexuals saying it's more logical to believe that homosexuals would be together because, males know male things and girls know girl things. I'd have to challenge that by saying they complete each other. They're like two halves of a whole. Guys are very manly and burly and rawr, and, I can do it, and girls are very reliant and girl with girls, that's like putting two blind men together, Okay, go find your way around, go try to lift that. What? But then you've got, two guys, and that's like putting two, male bulls together, and just fight and try and gut each other and destroy each other. It just doesn't work. But I will go back to what God says. Okay, Genesis 2:24 through 25 says, therefore a man shall leave his father and mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, connect, become one, and they shall become one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife were not ashamed. Now, people try to say wife means woman, or, not female partner, but partner. But no, when it says wife, it means woman. It means wife. What were there? Woman. God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, as the popular saying goes. Paul also said this, and Paul is a very good person to look to. He was one of the greatest rabbis ever. He studied under one of the greatest rabbis ever. I mean, for heaven's sakes, he knew what he was talking about. He would never disagree with God. So he has this in Romans 1:26 through 27. He says this, "For this cause God gave them unto their vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into what is against nature. And likewise also men, leaving the natural use of woman, burned in their lust towards one another. Men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which was meat." Now, what that's saying is, women went away from men and went with women, and men went away from women and went to men, and it destroyed them. What you sow, you shall reap. You're reaping your own destruction. I mean, you know, okay, so in Corinthians 1:6, in 1 Corinthians 6:9, Paul wrote, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminates, nor abusers of themselves with mankind." Now, that, if you look in your more modern translations, in the Greek it means homosexuality in the basics. I'm not going to go into Greek because it's all Greek to me. But if you look in your more modern translations, it says homosexuals. Homosexuality is a sin, and they will not inherit the kingdom of God. Now, does that mean start killing them? No. By all means, no. No, just no. Do not do that, because that's evil. That's becoming evil yourself. What you don't want to do that. Now, what you should do with homosexuals is hate the sin, love the sinner. Love on them, but do not try to destroy them. Do not pound them with tons of "you're evil, you're evil, you're evil, you're evil." Give them with love, but also warn them of where they're going. People who try to be Christians and homosexual at the same time, that's like me being a Christian and being a murderer. No, God does not want that. Turn away from your evil ways. Now, I'm probably going to get a billion comments on this one, and I'd like to say, if you really want me to answer it, please just email me, because I'm not going to answer your comments. Comments are there for you people to discuss, not for me to try to discuss with you. I'm not going to do that. I will read and answer your emails on this. Now, since I have a little bit of time left, I'm just going to say homosexuality is a sin. It's unnatural. It's unreasonable. It's because Satan has corrupted the world, and we've all fallen into sin, and science has never been able to prove that people are born homosexual. So by saying that you can be born homosexual is a total fake over, and like me saying, yeah, I was born to be a fighter pilot in Star Wars. No, it's not real. All of us are born as sinners because homosexuality is a sin. So I was born as much with the possibility of becoming a homosexual as I was to steal or hate or murder or any of those. It's called self-control. You can do it. You know, remember those signs with a woman? We can do it. You can do it. Anyway, so I'm Mr. X, and this is In the Crossfire, and I am signing off. Good night, and enjoy your life. Bye.